Corporate bankruptcies in the United States just hit a 15-year high, not during a recession or market crash, but right now. Between January and November, over 700 companies filed for Chapter 7 or Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That's a 14% increase from last year, and it is the highest level since 2010. There is one primary reason why, and it is the blanket tariffs put in place by a president who is the color of a traffic cone. Not too many meet that description. Trump keeps pointing to headline numbers. GDP growth was good and stock market is doing fine and strength and all of that. But underneath it, there's a growing number of businesses collapsing. And tariffs have driven up costs across the economy. The imported materials cost more. The components cost more. Shipping costs more. You add high interest rates and lingering inflation, and suddenly a lot of companies just can't breathe. The worst damage is hitting industrials, meaning construction, manufacturing, and transportation, the very sectors Trump said he would save. Consumer-facing businesses are getting hammered, especially discretionary products and services. When prices go up and wages don't keep up, people pull back. And when demand drops, businesses don't last very long. This is the contradiction that economists continue to point out. In the aggregate, the economy looks okay, but the gains are very unevenly shared, and a small number of companies and investors are doing great, and a lot of others are just absorbing the pain. Now, this shouldn't surprise us. Trump is not a good business person. He would do better, or would have done better financially, had he simply invested his inheritance in a stock market index fund all along and never done anything. But when you look at what he has done, putting aside that he's a convicted felon, he ran casinos into the ground, he stiffed contractors, treats bankruptcy like a personal financial strategy, and he's doing the same thing to the country. He governs the way that he ran his companies, impulsively and vindictively, and without understanding that there are second and third order effects to what you do. And the part, as if this shouldn't be concerning enough, the part that should really worry people is that this kind of economic self-destruction lines up with the interests of our adversaries. Putin struck gold with Trump. China struck gold with Trump. A U.S. president that weakens alliances and starts trade wars with allies and destabilizes supply chains. You couldn't design a better asset if you tried. And it's not only Russia and China. There are a lot of foreign governments, including many in the Middle East, that would love nothing more than to see the erosion of Western economic dominance. Because when the United States is weakened from the inside, you don't need cyber attacks if you're an adversary. You don't need tanks, you don't need missiles, you don't need bombs. You just sit back as the chaos and division and bad policy sort of does the work for you. And if you go back to that infamous book, The Foundations of Geopolitics, the Russian geopolitical playbook, long-term investment in destabilizing the United States while undermining trust and encouraging countries to experience self-inflicted wounds as democracies tear themselves apart is right out of the playbook. And so the long-term efforts of Russia and others are paying off. And I hate to acknowledge that. Instead of acknowledging the damage, Trump says, oh, we got to scapegoat judges and immigrants and whoever tries to get in the way of what I'm trying to do. He lashes out. He blames everybody else. He doubles down. So we end up with this bizarre situation. Some headline numbers that look okay, 4.3% GDP, stock market is doing okay, but we've got record bankruptcies. At the personal level, we see a growing percentage of people with car loans becoming 60 days delinquent, which can be a leading indicator of forthcoming economic problems. And Trump is celebrating as a record number of large businesses are collapsing. Not a sign you might hear much about, but an important one. Thanks for watching. Check out this other video. And if you like our content, make sure to subscribe so YouTube puts our videos in your feed, and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple.